Hello and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm a homeschool coach and homeschooling mom of twin boys. I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being a happy and thriving working homeschool mom that you can implement in your life too. I also speak to awesome and inspiring women who manage to juggle homeschooling and work successfully and find out what their secrets are. Be sure to check out my Working Homeschool Mom Time Audit and Mindset Challenge in the show notes and sign up to my newsletter for lots of cool homeschool freebies. And if you ever need to chat, please book in a session with me. I'm so excited for you to be here and I hope you'll get so much value out of this episode. So let's get started. Hello, lovely people. I'm so excited about today's episode of the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms because we're chatting about one of my favorite topics. And that is how to overcome mindset blocks in order to be a happy and thriving working homeschool mom. So let's dive right into this really nice and juicy topic. So if you're a mom who wants to work and also homeschool, you probably want to know the practical steps for starting out. And I totally get you. I definitely felt the same when we started back in 2017. But I would like to tell you about something even more useful and empowering at the start of your journey. It's even more important in my experience to overcome mindset blocks. So what exactly are mindset blocks? So they can be those niggling or sometimes really loud thoughts that tell you that you can't do something. They can also manifest as negative self-talk or limiting beliefs. So for a working homeschool mom, this might look like not believing that you can work and homeschool, feeling like there just isn't enough time in the day, listening to naysayers when they tell you it's impossible to do both, not trusting yourself and your instincts, becoming overwhelmed with any challenges that you encounter. So science tells us it's actually very normal for us to resist change, and people who suffer from depression or other mental health issues might find it even more difficult to shift. So when you throw all these things into the mix, starting something new like being a working homeschool mom or starting to homeschool where you work or the other way around can be incredibly difficult because we're basically hardwired to try and stay the same. But luckily, we're not just beings who operate on autopilot. We can consciously make decisions to improve our lives and to get what we want. Yay! So that's definitely positive. But how exactly can you make lasting change and craft a life that lights you up? First of all, you need to become aware of your mindset blocks, and this is best done with mindfulness. Without awareness, you're not going to get very far. You need to know your enemy, right? And awareness comes from quietening your mind and listening to what it's saying. And there are two ways that I recommend you do this. You can do some journaling to see what's in your heart and your mind. You could do both stream of consciousness writing or writing about a specific situation that's making you feel overwhelmed. They both work well. You can also do some meditation to increase your awareness. It's a great way to cut out the noise, to check in with yourself and to see what's in your heart and mind. And once you have a good idea of what's keeping you back from doing what you want, now you can tackle these mindset blocks. So overcoming mindset blocks so that you can thrive. So I have a bit of a silly runner's analogy. So now that you know what the pebbles or the boulders are in your shoe, you can take them out and start to run. I know it's quite weird, but I do like it as a runner. I know it sounds easy, but this is actually where the hard work starts because, as I said above, change is hard for us humans, but it's not impossible. True and lasting change can happen, but it takes some effort. Luckily, it does become easier with practice and as you create new neural pathways. So here are some practical ways to overcome mindset blocks as a working homeschool mom. First and foremost, I would say find a community. Surrounding yourself with people who get where you're at is so powerful. It also helps you to feel like you're not alone and that what you're trying to do is in fact possible. Many moms are also up against people who tell them that they can't do this. So you could come and join the Working Homeschool Mom support group on Facebook as a start. We're all in the same boat and we know what it takes and we're there for you. We can be your cheerleaders. Next, you could identify your triggers. There might be certain people or situations in your life that make you feel like you just can't do something. Once you're aware that these things trigger you, you can be ready and armed to tackle them. This could mean avoiding certain people and situations entirely, or prepping yourself beforehand so that you can come from a position of power and meet them head on. The next thing I would suggest is lots and lots and lots of practice. You need to practice having a growth mindset, and it's going to be hard at the beginning, especially if your default is a fixed mindset. But with awareness and practice, you will succeed, I promise. Some things to help you are to think about an obstacle when you're in a calm frame of mind. You'll be able to see it more clearly once you take the emotions out. Remember other times when you overcame something hard, and consider what you can learn from a problem and what it's telling you. This is a really good starting point. It can tell you what needs to change, what needs to be tweaked, what's making you unhappy as well. You know, this is something that I say all the time, but it is so very important, and that is to be kind to yourself. If you're beating yourself up about every wrong thing you do, I'm putting wrong in air quotes, you're going to have zero confidence left. And I know a lot of this type of behavior can come from childhood or even comparing yourself to what you see on social media. This doesn't help either. Perfectionism is actually dangerous for your health. It can lead to a myriad of physical and mental issues. But once again, with awareness, patience, and practice, you can learn self-love and self-acceptance. If you realize that you're just human and that you're also unique, you can create a working homeschool mom life that you love, one that's impeccably right for you, and you can have the confidence to tackle any obstacles that you might encounter. Lastly, you could find a coach. A coach can really help you to overcome mindset blocks. As a coach, it's my mission to show you what might be hidden and to give you tools to make change. Most importantly, I'm there as someone to keep you accountable. So if you're really serious about being a working homeschool mom, but feel like there's so much holding you back, then please reach out. I would love to empower you to be a happy and thriving working homeschool mom. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Drop me a DM on Instagram or post on the Working Homeschool Mom support group over on Facebook, and let me know what resonated the most with you. It would also be great if you could rate, review, and subscribe, or share the podcast with a working homeschool mom who might need it. It's my mission to support as many working homeschool moms as possible. Until next time, take care